I mean, Floyd has even told me, before the Pacquiao fight, he said, look, TBE, the best ever. You want to talk about inside the ring? Someone else could have that. Now, Floyd, I'm sure, thinks it's him, and he has a hell of a case. Floyd is he has an argument for best fighter ever. Right. I just don't have him number one. But what he said was, I'm talking about the whole game. He's right. Floyd played the boxing game better than anyone ever played the boxing game. And what this speaks to, and this is a boxing show, boxing is fundamentally exploitative. I get this as a fan. It's a guilty pleasure, I get it, right? And usually it's fans and networks exploiting fighters, right? We say, we want to see you in blood and guts fights, which risks their health for the rest of their life, to entertain us. And Floyd flipped the script. He said, no. Instead of fans and networks exploiting me, I'm going to exploit the fans and networks, right? But Ryan's right. It's not good for the fans. It's good for the fighter. It's just not good for the fans.
If I take Floyd Mayweather in his absolute prime, and I take Manny Pacquiao in his absolute prime,
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd still beats him.
Floyd beat everybody.
You don't believe there's a guy at 140, 147 in the history of boxing that could have beat Floyd in the prime?
I don't know, but it'd be tough. It'd be tough. Floyd, man, that boy, man, that's the GOAT, man. That boy bad. Man, that boy bad.
So the Floyd Mayweather return is bittersweet for me. I don't mind Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. But if Floyd Mayweather starts to campaign, which it sounds like he is, as a professional fighter doing real sanctioned fights, I'm struggling with that.
Max Kellerman dismissed concerns about age, arguing that a Pacquiao-Weather rematch would still be a mega event because their names alone transcended the sport.
He's one of my favorite fighters. Cool. Floyd and Pacquiao, they're one of my favorite fighters. But I still want to see.
Floyd's the longer, bigger, better defensive fighter.
Right.
You know.
But let's be real, what this is all about, business. This is going to be a mega event. Doesn't matter how old they are. They're the two biggest names in boxing today, even if they aren't, necessarily the most active fighters. And Mayweather's going to have his exhibition with Mike Tyson in Congo in April. Pacquiao's going to do one in Vegas with Ruslan Provodnikov, and then they're going to go towards the fight.
I don't know how you do an exhibition with Provodnikov, by the way. I don't know if I would do that.
Crawford credited Floyd Mayweather's instincts and defensive genius as qualities boxing had never seen before. He placed Mayweather's defense above every other fighter.
What makes Floyd the best, so unique, something that we have not seen before?
His defense and his instincts. I think Floyd had the best defense in boxing history.
Better than Sweet Pea?
Andre Ward calculated that Mayweather measured every opponent twice before committing to a fight. His intelligence extended beyond the ring, making him just as strategic in business as he was in competition.
They're not so enamored with Floyd Mayweather where they won't try to beat him up. They don't love Floyd Mayweather so much where they don't want that O on their record, and they want to be able to say, I did that to Floyd. Because their name is forever etched in history. There's nothing they can do before or after that that's going to be bigger than them giving Floyd Mayweather their first loss. I don't know if that's going to happen. Floyd Mayweather is just as smart outside the ring as he is inside the ring. He's very calculated. Mayweather measures twice and cuts once. From a business standpoint, he's going to watch a fighter. He'll say he don't watch him, but he'll watch any potential opponent over and over and over, and he has to process, can he do anything with me? How does my skill set line up with his? Can I beat him? The problem with being 49 years of age is sometimes your brain can see things and tell you things that your body.
Kellerman acknowledged Pacquiao's superior pound-for-pound resume, but maintained that Mayweather's size, reach, and defensive prowess made him the inevitable victor.
Is actually more my style of that perfect boxer.
That's what
when I do a pound-for-pound ranking, I'm trying to be objective. Pacquiao jumped more weight classes. What he did pound for pound to me was more impressive.
But you have him over Floyd.
But I never thought Pacquiao was going to beat Floyd, ever.
But
never
Pacquiao,
thought
he's one of my favorite fighters. Cool. Floyd and Pacquiao, they're one of my favorite fighters. But I still want to see.
Floyd's the longer, bigger, better defensive fighter.
Right.
You know.
But let's be real, what this is all about, business. This is going to be a mega event. Doesn't matter how old they are. They're the two biggest names in boxing today.
Andre Ward viewed it as a safer option than either fighter facing a dangerous, younger opponent. He appreciated the grudge match narrative, especially Pacquiao's desire to hand Mayweather his first loss, but remained realistic about what age would allow both men to deliver.
Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao take it too far and end up fighting the wrong guy and it end wrong, but I think I'm okay with Manny Pacquiao at his age and Floyd Mayweather at his age fighting each other. Old grudge match. Manny said, I want to give him his first loss and let him live with that for the rest of his life. I like how you talking, Manny. Mayweather still feels like he's Mayweather.
While Ward remained measured about the risks of age, Jazz Mather, CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, dismissed those concerns entirely by pointing to what truly separated both fighters from ordinary boxers. He argued that most fighters peak in their early 20s and fade by their mid-30s. But Pacquiao and Mayweather were built differently. Mather emphasized that there was a reason they became global icons and household brands rather than just boxers. Their unique makeup, he believed, would allow them to break records again, just as they had throughout their legendary careers. For Mather, the upcoming rematch was proof that some athletes simply operate on another level.
You see boxers, they're in their early 20s, they're great, and when they hit their mid-30s, they're completely out, and they just can't continue anymore. These guys are different. They're built different, they are different. There's a reason why they're global icons, not just boxers. There's a reason why they're household brands, and there's a reason why they broke records once, and they're going to break them again.
Mather celebrated the legendary status of both fighters. Timothy Bradley took a more cynical view of why the rematch was finally happening. He suggested Floyd Mayweather was only pursuing the fight now because he needed the money. Contrasting this with years ago when Mayweather had options and sat pretty at 50-0 with no interest in facing Pacquiao again. Bradley noted that it was telling when a fighter with choices suddenly started calling for a fight they once avoided. He called it a sad reality, but acknowledged that Mayweather would not step in the ring unless he believed he could still win. For Bradley, the financial motivation was obvious, but so was Mayweather's unshaken confidence.
When Manny Pacquiao was asking for a rematch, Mayweather has to do this fight because he needs that bread. That's why. That's why. And it's funny when you have options. When you have options, yo, you can make your choice. When you're doing great and you got money in the bank and you sitting pretty, yeah, you sitting pretty, 51 or 50-0. Isn't it great? But now, when you need them, you call on them. Mayweather didn't want this damn fight with Manny Pacquiao years ago, and now he wants this damn fight now. Because he needs money, that's why. All the rumors are true. It's a sad thing, but it is what it is. But it is what it is. And you know one more thing. Mayweather, if Mayweather didn't believe that he could beat Manny Pacquiao.
Moving towards Roy Jones Jr.'s perspective, he offered a balanced perspective on the Pacquiao-Mayweather rematch. He noted that the first fight already happened too late for his liking, which made this second meeting definitely too late to generate genuine excitement. Still, Jones refused to criticize either fighter, giving them credit for securing another lucrative payday. For him, the appeal was purely business rather than sport. Though, he made it clear he would not hate on anyone cashing in while they still could.
I mean, for those guys to make the money they're gonna make for it probably is good for them. I like it for that purpose, and the fact that, you know, it's like, for me, I'm not excited because I want to see the fight 5 years before it happens. So it happened too late for me the first time. You know, this time definitely too late. But I'm not gonna hate on them if they can make money doing it. More power to them.
I'm pretty sure I saw something recently where you said that you would beat Floyd in an actual fight. Was that right? You had a bit of beef with him recently.
Yeah, that was a bit of beef. I'm like this. You want it, come get it. Don't talk to me about it. Come on, let's get it. Don't sit there and talk about how you this, you that, and I can't this, and I can't that. If you don't want to prove that to me. You want to prove that to me, then you can say that. But if you don't want to prove that to me, then you probably...
Mayweather admitted he learned about the rematch announcement at the same time as everyone else, but quickly expressed confidence in Floyd's ability to still compete at a high level. He believed Floyd's legendary work ethic and discipline had been instilled so deeply over the years that age alone would not automatically make him vulnerable. Jeff argued that a comeback would not become a setback where just any fighter could step in and win. In his view, it would still take somebody truly special and elite talent to get the job done against Floyd even now.
Yeah. And but I think Floyd can still compete with these young fighters out here because he worked so hard. And it's been instilled in him. And
While the boxing world remained divided on Pacquiao versus Mayweather 2, another shocking announcement surfaced that left fans even more bewildered. Mike Tyson vs. Floyd Mayweather. Wade Clemens reacted with disbelief to the news of a Tyson-Mayweather fight, pointing to Tyson's recent performance against Jake Paul as undeniable proof that he had nothing left to give. He recalled how Tyson could barely walk in that fight and had lost all explosivity, exactly what anyone should expect from a man of his age. But Tyson's bare backside accidentally shown to millions on Netflix. For him, that moment should have been the final straw, the clear sign that this was no longer working out and the legend needed to stay retired.
We are getting Mike Tyson versus Floyd Mayweather. We talked about this a couple of months ago as it was announced that those two were going to fight for some reason. We just saw Mike Tyson look like he could barely walk in the Jake Paul fight, and the highlight of the night was watching Mike Tyson walk around cheeks out in the locker room and his bare being shown to hundreds of millions of people on Netflix. That was the highlight of the night. It wasn't the fight. It wasn't watching Mike barely be able to move and lose all explosivity and do exactly what I thought he would do at 58 years old. So that should have been the final straw for Mike Tyson. That should have been the one that goes, you know what? This is not working out. He had apparently damn near...
Joe Rogan and Terence Crawford agreed that Mike Tyson's return resembled a staged sparring session, not a real fight. Rogan noted Tyson's odd behavior of biting his gloves and appearing to restrain himself, while Crawford lamented the heartbreaking spectacle of an aging Tyson in the ring. Both felt Tyson should not have fought, implying he needed the money more than the fight itself.
It's not after his last performance. I think Tyson just needs.
What do you think was going on with that, the last one? It looked a little bit like sparring.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was scripted.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen Tyson biting his gloves, and like you could just, it was taking all that he could not to like hit me. And it was just like, it's heartbreaking to see a icon go out like that.
Yeah.
You know, and
but it's crazy also to see him fight at 57 years old. Like that's nuts.
Still like he shouldn't have been in there at all. You know, I think it's other ways.
Yeah.
You know, it's other ways for.
But what did he get? He got at least 20, right?
Yeah, but still, I think.
As if the Tyson announcement was not concerning enough, Wade Clemens turned his attention to Mayweather's motives, painting an even bleaker picture. Wade Clemens suggested that Mayweather's relentless pursuit of exhibitions had shifted from choice to necessity, describing it as bank robbery-style cash grabs that now look sad rather than strategic. He admitted he was never the biggest fan of Mayweather as an individual. Clemens pointed to a Business Insider report that confirmed his suspicions.
That not only is he doing these, bank robbery style exhibitions, but it looks like he absolutely needs to do it, which is very, very sad. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of Floyd Mayweather as an individual outside of the ring, but I never want to see athletes have their money mismanaged or mismanage their own money so badly that they go broke in retirement, and it looks like that's kind of what's happening. And here's a snippet from Business Insider because it made me want to pay for the entire article.
Pacquiao reflected on his experience facing Floyd Mayweather, acknowledging that the fight unfolded exactly as he had expected given Mayweather's defensive style. Despite throwing more punches, Pacquiao believed he had done enough to win. When reviewing the fight in slow motion, he noted that he went to the hospital immediately after for an operation, but refused to use it as an excuse or complaint. Pacquiao accepted the outcome as simply how boxing goes sometimes, having experienced similar decisions throughout his career. When asked about a rematch, he left the door open, stating it was up to Mayweather if he wanted to fight again.
Match with Floyd?
It's up to him if he's going to fight.
You would even fight him today?
Even here.
Oh my goodness. Tell me about that fight a little bit. Being in there with Floyd being in there with you, like what was the experience like being there? In the ring, fighting him finally?
It's good, but despite all those things, but after the fight, right after the fight, I went to the hospital and got operated with my
yeah, you got an operation.
Yeah.
I remember you posted a picture of
really hurt.
Was he better or worse than you thought he was?
No, that's his style. Like I knew it. But the thing is, I review. I'm expecting that I won the fight because he didn't throw a lot of punches. I throw a lot of punches. And I reviewed the comfy box, like slow motion from first round to 12 rounds. Like how many punches get connected and how many punches of him he connected. You know, that's boxing.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining or making that, you know, just.
But Kenyon Martin dismissed the announced Pacquiao-Mayweather rematch as a fight nobody asked for and one that arrived entirely too late. He acknowledged the first fight had its moment, but argued that enough time had passed to make a second meeting irrelevant, calling it a waste of his time despite understanding the payday appeal. Alright everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Legacy Round and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.